Live from WTVO Rockford and your home team. Eyewitness News at 5 starts now.
A local college honors tomorrow's leaders in medical biotechnology. These graduates worked through a pandemic to walk across the stage. You can learn about holiday traditions around the world without having to travel far. A State Line Museum puts on the display as a tradition of their own. And it's an annual event in another local village, a look at all the old and new festivities in Rockton's Christmas Walk weekend. Good evening, I'm Taylor Castro. Thanks for joining us tonight. U.S. health officials say one common illness is on the rise while another is leveling off. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says flu cases are increasing. 7 states reported high levels of flu-like illnesses in early November. And a new CDC report from Friday shows that number has increased to 11 states. But the number of RSV cases may be leveling off. RSV infections rose sharply recently in some parts of the country, but one CDC official says that the illness should be at its peak in about a week. Right here in Rockford, we're celebrating the next generation of scientists who will work on vaccines, medications, and treatments for various conditions and diseases. The University of Illinois College of Medicine in Rockford held their graduation ceremony this afternoon at the Coronado Performing Arts Center. The graduates are receiving their Master of Science in Medical Biotechnology. 48 students in both the 2022 and 2023 classes walked across the stage. Working through the pandemic presented challenges in their learning.
We had the COVID-19 pandemic, and to have virtual lab settings and be able to still graduate on time feels amazing. And I know a few of my juniors or seniors who just couldn't walk, and this day right here, it feels as if we have accomplished something really nice, and it feels amazing.
Her advice to future students is not to be too hard on yourself and to learn from both your success and failure. Tomorrow, America's Best Restaurants will be filming in Freeport. This Is It eatery will be featured on the show to highlight their popular dishes. The classic American cuisine restaurant has burgers, salads, and a variety of popular appetizers like wings, mozzarella sticks, and onion rings. America's Best Restaurants Roadshow travels across the country to film their features. The episode will reportedly air on social media channels. The premiere date will be announced on their Facebook page and website. The holiday season is upon us, and for one Rockford museum, that means educating the community on how the holidays are celebrated around the world. Drea Baroni has more.
The Ethnic Heritage Museum is hosting their annual Heritage Holidays Open House to give people through the state line a chance to see the different traditions across the globe.
Live music, items for sale, obviously a lot of decorations, bringing the holiday spirit to Rockford.
From Lithuanian straw ornaments to Sicilian decorations and Polish wood carvings, the cultural holiday galleries showcase a variety of traditions. Jocelyn Hare McLaughlin, the president at the Ethnic Heritage Museum, tells me why they've kept this tradition of their own going since the museum opened in 1989.
It just brings a lot of good feelings, happiness, and joy, but then to be able to see some of the commonalities between maybe your culture and another culture, or maybe some surprising commonalities, especially over vast distances, the things that we do have in common, but then obviously celebrating our differences and just, the spirit of the holidays.
And there are so many holidays to be explored.
Ireland, in the Irish gallery, there's a Polish gallery, African American, Hispanic, and Italian.
And then we have the Graham Genestra House next door.
The century-old home across the way is decorated in historically accurate Christmas fashion and is open to walk through free of charge. Sandy Colbert, the museum's gallery director, hopes people leave feeling inspired.
There's a lot to be learned in this museum about not just the history of Rockford, the history of your culture, why the different ethnic groups came here and settled here, what they brought with them. There's a lot of people that come that are really moved when they see a certain item.
The cultural holiday galleries will be open through the month of December every Sunday from 12 to 4. Reporting for your home team, I'm Drea Baroni.
Today is the final day of the Rockton Christmas Walk. The annual weekend of festivities is a longtime tradition, but this year brought a new way to celebrate. This afternoon, there was a scavenger hunt in downtown Rockton. Participants explored local businesses to find clues and win prizes. There was also the hot cocoa crawl at Village Hall. With 7 different stops to taste the cocoa, it's a friendly competition between the businesses to see which one was the crowd favorite.
Just seeing people engage with the holiday spirit and kick off their holidays with fun and festivities, and everybody finds a way to kind of fall in love with Christmas a little bit during Christmas Walk weekend.
This year marks the 39th annual Rockton Christmas Walk. The traditional 12 days of Christmas gifts are more expensive this year, up 2.7% from last year. That's according to the annual PNC Christmas Price Index. The combined cost for the dozen gifts featured in the final verse of the famed Christmas Carol totals more than $46,000. That's more than $1,000 higher than last year. The main culprit? Those rare birds. The cost of 2 turtle doves is up 25%, and 1 partridge is going for nearly $320, about 14% higher than last year. The bank calls its price index a lighthearted take on the Consumer Price Index by the Bureau of Labor Statistics. And you never know what you might see as you complete your holiday shopping. Customers at a Southern California Sam's Club were joined by a deer earlier this week. Security video shows the young buck stroll right into the store in broad daylight. Officers were able to catch the deer without injury and take him to animal control. Police say the buck jumped a wall and swam through someone's pool before his stop at the store. We're just days away from the 4th debate among the Republican candidates for president. Coming up, the latest on the race and why this week's debate could be a moment of truth for at least one candidate.
Cloudy and overcast skies have been the theme for the last few days. I'll explain why that has been the case and let you know when we eventually might see some sunshine return to the area, coming up in just a few minutes.
You're watching Eyewitness News, your home team, with Taylor Castro, Reagan Holgate, and meteorologist Jordan Wolf.
House Republicans are preparing to launch a formal impeachment inquiry into President Joe Biden. Speaker Mike Johnson told Fox News Saturday that he believes the GOP now has the votes to make it happen. The move is an effort to strengthen Republicans' position against President Biden and his son Hunter as they seek documents and testimony. So far, House committee investigations have not shared any evidence President Biden did anything wrong. In a statement to CNN, a White House counsel's office spokesperson called Republicans' efforts a, quote, baseless, politically motivated attempt to smear President Biden. On Wednesday, the Republican presidential candidates will face off in their 4th debate. Former President Trump has skipped the debate so far, but he's still leading the pack. Gaynor Hall looks at the state of the race.
6 weeks to go before the Republican presidential caucuses in Iowa, and former President Donald Trump, facing indictments in multiple jurisdictions, is polling far ahead of his rivals.
I understand why people don't like what he does and says at times, but in terms of actions and results, he was far better president for Biden.
Former Congresswoman Liz Cheney promoting her new book, warning the United States is, quote, sleepwalking into dictatorship.
He acts like someone who doesn't care about our democracy. He acts like someone who wants to be a dictator. He acts like someone who doesn't care for the Constitution. In fact, he's even said himself he'd be willing to suspend the Constitution.
The field of GOP alternatives has tightened in recent weeks, with former Vice President Mike Pence and South Carolina Senator Tim Scott both bowing out.
Even 2 months ago, the field looked a lot different than it does now. I think the field will look different on caucus night than it does now. So it's a very dynamic situation.
Florida's Governor Ron DeSantis, amid long-running criticism of a lackluster campaign, is polling in 2nd place and fending off a surge in momentum from former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley. She just picked up the endorsement of the deep-pocketed and influential Koch network.
That was Gaynor Hall reporting. A new federal report says NASA's plan to put U.S. astronauts back on the moon in December of 2025 is unrealistic. The Government Accountability Office determined that a 2027 launch is more likely for the long-anticipated Artemis 3 mission. The report cites delays in developing key pieces of technology, an already ambitious schedule, and the postponement of several test flights. Progress has been lacking with the spacecraft and modernization of the astronauts' space suits. Morning snow gave way to a dry but still cloudy and cool afternoon with highs in the upper 30s. Jordan says more rain and snow may be on the way soon. He's next to tell us when.
Now, your first warned weather forecast from meteorologist Jordan Wolf.
Today now likely marks the third straight day in a row that we've had 100% overcast skies, and that's kind of going to be a lot more common as we get into the months of fall and now coming up on winter here fairly soon, as well as clouds are going to more so dominate the atmosphere is the overall pattern going forward. And we can kind of look at why that's been the case, especially over these last few days when we look at satellite and radar. This goes back around 3 or 4 days or so when the last time that we actually saw any meaningful sunshine was closer to on Wednesday. Ever since then, we did have a couple of systems come to pass, and even though we've had a couple of breaks in between some of those systems, we have had very weak low-level flow, which has kind of kept those clouds trapped in place, especially in those lowest levels of the atmosphere, which has helped to keep a lid on some of our temperatures as well. That system in particular, most recently that we had, did bring us some rain and snow earlier this morning, but that quickly dried out by the time we get into late morning hours and early into the afternoon. We are still left with the cooler conditions behind that, though, and temperatures kind of showing that when we look across the region as well. Temperatures in the 30s and 40s when you look north of Springfield, whereas southern portions of the state and into the plains into the 50s in a couple of spots with that sunshine that they have seen over the last few days as opposed to the cloud cover that we have been under. Locally, our temperatures still sitting in the mid-30s for many of us, 36 in DeKalb, Rochelle, and in Rockford, as well as Freeport, 37 in Janesville and in Sterling. A little bit cooler off to the northwest, but still holding on to the overcast skies is what we're going to be kept with for the rest of the overnight hours and going into most of tomorrow as well. Around the state line, our SkyTrack cameras still showing off those overcast skies, and now that sun has officially set as well. Satellite and radar right now still showing off the kind of cloudier conditions that we see with our next weather system that will pass well to our south later on tonight. That will keep us dry and free of precipitation, but another weather system coming to pass late tomorrow going into Tuesday will bring us our next chance for precipitation. Dry into the overnight hours tonight, temperatures falling down to around 31 degrees, cool and calm. Winds not all that strong, around 5 miles per hour from the northwest. Tomorrow, only back up to 38, very similar to where we were today. Mostly cloudy skies, so we may see a few breaks in the clouds, and if we see any peaks of sunshine, the potential for that temperature to be even a little bit warmer on the table as well. That next system, though, working its way in behind those breaks in the clouds, at least potentially during into the day tomorrow, as that next system approaches from the northwest as a clipper system. That rain-snow line, once again, going to be very close to the state line, but this time temperatures are going to be a little bit cooler ahead of that, leading to the potential for, once again, some slushy accumulations that might at least stick around a little bit later on into the afternoon on Tuesday, at least into the late morning, clearing out, though, and drying out by the afternoon before our next weather system starts to warm back up in the short term following that system. Then going toward the end of the week, another weather system come to pass, bringing us rain. 38, 37, and 39 the next 3 days in a row. Not a whole lot of change for our high temperatures as what we've been with still that cloud cover, but some sunshine for the middle of the week, bringing our temperatures possibly even into the 50s for a couple days before that next weather system and rain chances toward the end of the week.
Thanks, Jordan. Reagan's in next with sports. Jordan Love is ready for his biggest test yet as QB1, and it will come under the lights at Lambeau. And only 4 teams remain in the college football playoff. Find out who made it and who got left out next.
Now sports with Reagan Holgate.
The last time the Packers faced the Chiefs, Jordan Love was making his first career start. Aaron Rodgers was sidelined with COVID at the time, and Love was thrust into one of the most intense environments in the NFL, Arrowhead Stadium. The Packers fell short, scoring just 7 points on the Chiefs' 13. Love held his own, though, throwing for 190 yards with a touchdown and a pick. He showed resiliency. Matt LaFleur remembers seeing potential in his young quarterback even back then. Now fast forward 2 years, and number 10 continues to display that same fight. After dropping 4 straight games earlier this year with a league-high 7 interceptions, Jordan Love has once again bounced back.
We score 7 points in a game, that's not good enough. But there were some things that happened in that game that were encouraging, especially when you kind of reflect and think back in that moment in time. I just thought I loved his resiliency throughout the course of the game.
And just growing and learning every rep I get, and obviously learning from mistakes, learning from the good plays, but I think it's just comfort.
Those primetime lights will soon shine on Lambeau Field. Kickoff is set for 7:15 tonight. The only other NFC North team playing this week was Detroit. After being up 21-0, they had to make things interesting, of course. But the Lions win this one 33-28 to move to 9-3 on the season. The College Football Playoff Committee made some history today as they left an undefeated Power 5 champion out the 4-team field for the first time ever. Michigan, Washington, Texas, and Alabama are the 4 teams who made the field in the last year before the playoff expands to 12 teams. All 4 are Power 5 conference champions. But the team left out was the undefeated ACC champions, Florida State. Their head coach, Mike Norvell, released a statement earlier today stating he was disgusted and infuriated with the committee's decision, saying, quote, "A team that overcame tremendous adversity and found a way to win doing whatever it took on the field was cheated today. It's a sad day for college football." The 5th-seeded Seminoles will go up against number 6 Georgia in the Orange Bowl on December 30th. So here's what things look like for the Final Four on New Year's Day. Number 4 Alabama and number 1 Michigan face off in the Rose Bowl at 4 p.m. Jim Harbaugh saying it's going to take their absolute best to win over Nick Saban and the Crimson Tide. Then in the second game, it's number 3 Texas and number 2 Washington going head-to-head in the Sugar Bowl. That will be a 7:45 kickoff at the Superdome in New Orleans. And for the first time in 2 years, the NIU Huskies are going bowling all the way to Montgomery, Alabama to face off with Arkansas State in the Camellia Bowl. This will be the Huskies' 12th bowl appearance in the last 16 seasons. That game will be on December 23rd with an 11 a.m. kickoff on ESPN. The Blackhawks were back on the ice tonight against the Wild for another matinee. Scoreless first period until Minnesota's Marco Rossi flips that script. He gets the deflection and sends the puck in to make it 1-0 Wild. Rossi will add another in the first. Then it's the Wild on the power play, and Matt Boldy scores the redirect. Taylor Radish added one late for the Hawks, but it's not enough. The Blackhawks lose 4-1. The Ice Hogs 3-game road trip north of the border continued today. The Moose grabbed another win over Rockford 3-1. The Hogs will be back at the BMO Friday night as they host the San Diego Gulls. That's sports. We'll be right back.